Boy, do I regret buying these things. If I would have known, I would have saved my money. What I have today are 10 things, most of which I have purchased in the last year that, had I known, I wouldn't have wasted my money on. But you know, that's part of what I feel like I do here is I invest my time and money so you don't have to waste yours. I've got bougie makeup, I've got cheap makeup, I've got a couple hair things and one skincare item. Let's start with the most expensive makeup, which is this Tom Ford eyeshadow quad. I picked this up in the fall 22 Sephora VIB event. And don't get me wrong, they're beautiful colors. In fact, I mean, it's what I'm wearing today. And here's what they look like. I went for the really neutral one. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch. They're neutrals, they're gorgeous, right? The payout is really good. See, I'm never good at this, but I'm gonna give it a try for you. There we go, right? Beautiful shimmers. They just look, they're gorgeous colors. Here's my problem with this palette that, if I recall correctly, was $98. It doesn't last. Like, maybe I get 5 hours out of it, maybe 6. And yes, I, hit it with setting spray. I use an eyeshadow primer, everything, all the things. And by about 6 or 7 hours, it's mostly gone, faded into my skin, worn away. So, if I only need my makeup to look good for a few hours, it's a great one to go to. But for that kind of money, I think it should last all day. I should say that this Tom Ford palette is the 03 Nude Dip. In that same boat from Chanel is an eyeshadow quad. This is the one that I used when I did my video, Chanel Is It Worth It, which I will link at the end or down below or something for you. This is the 226 Tissé Rivoli, I don't know. And again, it is a really neutral palette. Like, this is great. And again, it swatches beautifully, right? Very similar color story to that Tom Ford. We'll try this hand. But again, it doesn't last, at least not on my skin. Same things. Eyeshadow primer, powder, setting spray, all the things, no joy. Let's go to the other end of the spectrum from e.l.f. and where those palettes were $98 and $60. I think these were $3 each. And these are their eyeshadow sticks. And I thought, well, that looks like a really pretty color story. And they sure look easy enough to use. I'm gonna do my best here. All right, and there are those colors. And for the life of me, I can't get them to go on easily. Once I get them on, I feel like they stay kind of sticky and tacky throughout the day. It doesn't matter if I try putting, a dusting of powder over them. For me, they don't work and play well with me and my skills, and they were a fail. This is a liquid eyeshadow product from Kosas. And this, I actually went into my Sephora, found somebody to help me and said, hey, I really like kind of that wet eyelid look for eyeshadow. Have you got something that will give me that? This is what it looks like. And that's how it goes on. Maybe it's just me, but all it does is look really weird when I put it on. It is not a wet look. I've tried shearing it out. I've tried doing multiple layers of it. So, one extreme, a little to a lot, and none of it seems to make it work. It just, I'm looking at this here on the back of my hand and wondering if I can use it as like a liquid highlighter. I'm gonna have to give that a try. till I started actually filming this. I didn't realize how much of this stuff was eyeshadow, but here we are again. MAC Paint Pot, right? These were 50% off during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty this spring. I love MAC Paint Pot in Painterly. It has been my go-to eyeshadow primer for a couple of years now. And I like it because I can also wear it just by itself and it just evens out the skin tone on my eyelids, covers over veins and whatnot. And so I thought, well, you know what? I will try, this is Bare Study. And what I liked about it was it's got a little shimmer to it. And here, let me just try it on the side here. And I thought, well, that might be kind of nice because a lot of times, you know, it is what ends up showing between where I stop putting on my crease eyeshadow and my lower part of my brow. I thought it might be kind of nice to have a shimmer. Well, there is something about the difference between Painterly that's matte and this that's shimmery. This does not function nearly as well as an eyeshadow base as Painterly does. I'm guessing that's mostly because that one is matte and this one is shimmer. But even, you know, even as a shimmer eyeshadow, it's really, really sheer. So I haven't been reaching for it. I can't imagine that I'm going to. And yeah, even at 50% off, it really wasn't one I should have purchased. Also in the Sephora sale was this relatively new brand, this Beekman 1802, and this is their milk primer that is broad spectrum SPF 35. And in fact, it's one of those, you can hear the plastic balls or whatever they put in there to mix the sun protection into the product before you put it on. I have used this primer under 4 or 5 different foundations. It's horrible. I have let it dry down completely. Foundations pill up on it. They break up on it. It just, like I said, after about, 5 foundations, I said, okay, it's this, not the foundations. So, I can't stand to waste product, even product that doesn't function right. So what I've been doing, and I always say we can't rely on our makeup for sun protection, but to use it, what I've been doing is I do 4 pumps, I put it on my face, 4 pumps again, put it on my face, then I start seeing a little white cast on my face indicating, yes, maybe I'm getting close to the 35 SPF. And what I do is I use it first thing in the morning when I walk the dog before I do any makeup or shower or anything. I walk the dog. The last thing in makeup, sorry Wayne, this is one of the limited edition Wayne Goss brushes. I mean, don't get me wrong, this beautiful walnut handle, oh, it is just, and the detailing on this, I mean, it is a beautiful brush. And I have the smaller version of it that I like to use for highlight. And I've got the bigger version of it. But this one, the middle-sized one, which I typically use like for blush, sheds like crazy. Never mind, I have had this for over a year. I've washed it several times. It just keeps shedding every single time I use it. And if you know anything about Wayne Goss brushes, they are expensive. And these, because of the walnut and whatnot, were hella expensive. So that is so disappointing. This is something I picked up in the most recent Sephora VIB event. It was the Clinique Take the Day Off Cleansing Balm, which I love. I've tried a whole bunch of other ones. I keep coming back to the Clinique. And they came out with the new one that's charcoal. And I thought, well, okay, I'm not sure what charcoal in a balm cleanser is going to do for me. But here, I'll clean my hands. That's what it looks like. And I just don't like, yeah, can you imagine your whole face like that? It's, yeah, I just don't like it. It does a fine job, but moving on. Dyson. I love my Dyson hair dryer. Absolutely love it. I did some trials with it, and yes, it saves me 25% of my time drying my hair. My Dyson Airwrap, when I use it, I love it. I just am not using it so much, and I'm really curious about this new flat iron hair dryer combo that they've got. All the reviews are raving about it, and since I do flat iron my hair, I think I'm going to bite the bullet and get it, do a review for you guys. But what you can save your money on is this attachment. Do you remember? This came out this spring, and you're supposed to just kind of run it down your hair. You attach it to the dryer, and you're supposed to just kind of run it down your hair, and it was supposed to smooth the flyaways and the frizz and everything, and it gave you a little, flip up at the end. I can't get this thing to work, and it certainly doesn't flip my hair up at the end. I've tried partially drying my hair and then using this attachment. I don't know if my hair, even though it's not as thick as it was like in my 40s, it's still pretty thick. So I don't know if it's that. Anyway, save your money. This attachment doesn't do anything. And last but not least, I think I did a video on this product probably 3 years ago on my channel, if not longer. From Drybar. It's this hair dryer kind of with a brush built in so you can give yourself a blowout at home, with the round profile as opposed to the Revlon that's got kind of that oval profile. And don't get me wrong, I really liked this product. It does a good job of giving you a round blowout. But I don't think I've used it in 3 years. It just sits there. And on days when I want flat hair, I just use my flat iron. And if it needs a little, a little flip in at the end, I do a little flip in at the end. This has just been sitting in a closet in my bathroom, for 3 years. How about you? Have you picked up something either during the Sephora sale or the Ulta sale or anywhere for that matter and been really disappointed by its performance? It wasn't what it was hyped to be, or you just not using it? Leave us a comment down below. If you like this video, I think you're also going to like this one or this entire playlist.